It might sound a little surprising, but it's true. The seemingly harmless moment of the day, those first few minutes after you wake up, can actually be the most dangerous time for your brain, especially if you're over 60. Yes, you heard that right. Just those early morning minutes, while you're still rubbing your eyes, reaching for your slippers, or letting out a lazy yawn, can be the exact moment when your stroke risk quietly spikes. Jeanette Morgan, 67, from Ohio, used to start her mornings watering her garden. She never smoked, ate a balanced diet, and went for a walk every morning. But just because she overlooked one small thing in her morning routine, she ended up in the hospital with a minor stroke, completely out of the blue. Her doctor said it wasn't her long-term lifestyle, but her morning habits that unknowingly triggered thicker blood and a sudden rise in blood pressure, two of the most common silent triggers of stroke in older adults. If this worries you, it's time to take action. Not out of fear, but with the understanding that there are incredibly simple and totally free solutions to protect your brain the moment you wake up. What's the good news? You don't have to change your whole life. You don't need extra medications. You don't need intense workouts. All you need is to adjust a few morning habits, small actions that take just seconds but can cut your stroke risk by up to 50%. That's right, 50%. By simply drinking a glass of water, taking a few deep breaths, or going for a short walk around the house, you can make a huge difference in your health without spending a dime. And the best part is you can start tomorrow morning. This message is especially for you if you've ever felt a little dizzy when getting out of bed, forgot to take your blood pressure meds until later in the day, or just noticed that your mind doesn't feel as clear as it used to. You're not alone. Many people over 60, even those who eat well and stay active, still overlook those golden minutes in the morning. We tend to care for everything except the most important moments at the start of the day. In this article, you'll learn about 8 simple morning habits, backed by science, that can help improve blood circulation, reduce blood thickness, stabilize blood pressure, and most importantly, lower stroke risk by up to 50%. Do this for yourself, for the ones you love, for the healthy years ahead. Start with just one small step, then slowly turn it into a natural part of your morning, like brushing your teeth or pouring your coffee. Don't let a single morning go by without protecting your brain and your heart. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even beyond, keep listening all the way through to learn how to apply this starting tomorrow. And if you find this helpful, share it with your friends, your family, or someone you care about. They may not know it yet, but you could be the one who helps them stay safe. You deserve a morning that feels calm, steady, and full of life. And it all starts the moment you open your eyes. 10 morning habits to help prevent stroke. 1. Drink water right after waking up. It may sound simple, but drinking a glass of plain water as soon as you open your eyes, not coffee, not tea, just room temperature water, can be one of the smallest yet most important actions you take all day, especially if you're over 60. At night, while you sleep, your body is still quietly at work. You breathe steadily for hours. You might sweat a little even if you don't notice it. Both of these lead to mild dehydration without you even realizing it. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you wake up with a body that's a bit dried out and your blood is slightly thicker. And thicker blood means slower circulation. This is especially risky if you have issues with blood pressure, cholesterol, or a history of blood clots. Dr. John Harrison, an internist from Arizona, once told me, "The first thing I tell my older patients when they ask how to protect their heart and brain is, drink water the moment you wake up. Not after brushing your teeth. Not after coffee. Right when you open your eyes." So, what actually happens in your body when you drink water in the morning? Just one glass, about 8 to 12 ounces, or roughly 240 to 350 milliliters, can help thin your blood back to a safer level. Improve circulation to vital organs like your heart and brain. Support your kidneys in clearing out waste built up overnight. Reduce the chance of feeling lightheaded when you stand up. Improve how your morning medications are absorbed. A study from Japan even found that simply drinking water after waking up can improve the flexibility of your blood vessels, which plays a key role in preventing strokes. If you take blood pressure or heart medications in the morning, then this water habit becomes even more essential. Without enough water, your body takes longer to dissolve and absorb the medication. As a result, your medicine may not work in time, especially in the morning, when blood pressure naturally rises. A small change like drinking water before taking your meds can be the difference between a safe day and an unexpected stroke. Some people ask me, does it have to be plain water? The answer is yes. Nothing works better than a glass of room temperature water. You can add a slice of lemon if you like, that can give your digestion a little boost. But don't replace it with coffee, tea, or soda. Caffeine can make you lose even more fluids, and other drinks often contain sugar or sodium. Here's a simple but effective tip. Place a bottle of water next to your bed the night before. That way, you don't have to leave your bed or fumble in the kitchen. The water is right there, and you can start your day more gently, more intentionally, and more safely. Many people have told me they didn't notice much when they first started drinking water in the morning. But after a week, they felt more alert, less dizzy, and more mentally steady throughout the morning. Sometimes, positive changes don't come from anything complex. They come from one small, simple action repeated every day, just like brushing your teeth or turning on the radio for the morning news. Now, you just add one more thing. Drink a glass of water before doing anything else. 2. Deep breathing, 5 quiet minutes that let your heart and brain breathe easier. Every morning, the moment you open your eyes, your mind starts to race. What to cook? Doctor appointments. The to-do list around the house. Numbers on pill bottles. Things to pick up from the store. Even little tasks like doing laundry or calling your grandchild might pop into your head within the first 60 seconds of your day. And right then, even before you leave your bed, your body has already started releasing a stress hormone called cortisol. In younger people, a slight morning rise in cortisol might not be a big deal. But after age 60, a surge of cortisol in the morning can quickly raise blood pressure, tighten blood vessels, speed up the heart, and quietly increase inflammation in the body. This is one of the reasons why most strokes happen in the early morning, when blood is thicker, arteries are tighter, and the mind is already under pressure. But here's the good news. You can undo all of that with just your breath. No medications, no yoga mat, no phone app required. Just you, a few minutes of calm and a slow, steady breath. Let me share a story with you about Walter Green, age 68, from Vermont. He used to be an electrical engineer, always living at a fast pace. After retiring, he had trouble sleeping and felt anxious every morning. His doctor didn't prescribe more medicine, but simply suggested, try deep breathing every morning. Just 5 minutes. At first, he laughed. But 2 weeks later, he came back and said, I had no idea what I needed was just to breathe in and breathe out. So how do you begin? It's very simple. Sit on your bed or a chair, back straight but relaxed. Close your eyes gently. Breathe in slowly for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale gently for 4 seconds. Pause for 1 second, then repeat. Keep going for about 5 minutes. You don't need a timer. Just relax and let your breath guide you. Deep breathing helps open blood vessels, soothes your nervous system, calms your heartbeat, and naturally lowers blood pressure. A study from Harvard found that older adults who practice slow, steady morning breathing lowered their risk of long-term high blood pressure by as much as 30%. It also stimulates areas of the brain tied to memory and positive emotions, helping you stay alert, focused, and more emotionally balanced throughout the day. You don't need to be good at meditation to do this. You just need to show up with your breath. And sometimes, those 5 quiet minutes are the first, softest gift you can give your heart and your brain each morning. 3. Skip the salty breakfast. Protect your heart and arteries each morning. Many people think that stroke is caused by what you do over months or years. An unhealthy diet, lack of exercise, smoking, or long-term stress. And they're not wrong. But few realize that a salty breakfast within just 30 minutes of waking up can be the final straw that causes your blood pressure to spike and triggers a dangerous stroke. After sleeping for 7 to 8 hours, your body is like an engine that's been resting. Your hydration levels drop. Your blood pressure naturally begins to rise to wake up your organs. Your blood vessels tend to tighten slightly due to mild dehydration. This isn't a disease. It's a normal biological response. But because your body is most sensitive at that time, eating a salty breakfast is like pouring salt into already dried out arteries. Charles Matthews, age 70, from Missouri, used to love starting his day with bacon and cheese toast. He didn't smoke and took daily walks. But one morning, after feeling a bit lightheaded, his doctor measured his blood pressure at 168/95 just 40 minutes after breakfast. The doctor gently asked what he had eaten that morning, and it all started to make sense. Salt or sodium can raise your blood pressure almost immediately, especially when your circulation hasn't fully warmed up. When you take in 800 to 1,000 milligrams of sodium from a sausage, instant noodles, or a slice of cheese, sodium makes your body hold on to more water. That increases pressure inside your blood vessels, and your heart has to pump harder to keep blood flowing. For arteries that have already started to stiffen, something very common after age 60, this pressure can cause small vessels to rupture or lead to blood clots. Did you know? One packet of instant noodles contains between 1,200 and 1,500 milligrams of sodium. One slice of deli meat has around 400 milligrams. A bowl of canned low-fat soup can still pack 900 milligrams of sodium. Meanwhile, the American Heart Association recommends that older adults keep their sodium intake under 1,500 milligrams per day. That means one off-track breakfast can push you past your daily limit. So what's a safer way to start your morning? You don't need to eat bland, flavorless food. You just need to switch to fresh, less processed options and use natural herbs and spices for taste. A bowl of plain oatmeal with unsweetened milk, topped with banana slices or blueberries. Boiled or lightly fried eggs with sautéed vegetables, no added salt. A smoothie made from spinach, avocado, banana, and a tablespoon of chia seeds. Season with cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, or black pepper instead of white salt. These choices not only help stabilize your blood pressure, but also add potassium and fiber, two key nutrients that help flush excess sodium from your system. Morning is the most important time of the day. Let it begin gently, naturally, and without putting stress on your heart. By changing just one plate, you can help your blood flow smoother, your pressure stay steady, and your brain stay safe. For light walking after waking up, the most natural way to wake up your heart and brain. When you were younger, you could jump out of bed, brush your teeth in a rush, and dive straight into your day. But as we age, the way we begin our mornings needs to shift too. And one of the simplest ways to wake up the body, no coffee, no pills, no equipment, is taking a gentle walk for 10 to 15 minutes after you wake up. Think of your body like a car. After 7 or 8 hours sitting idle in the garage, which is what sleep really is, you can't just slam the gas and take off. You need a few minutes to warm up the engine. And walking is how your body warms up gently and naturally. Raymond Ellis, age 69, from Maine, used to feel stiff and foggy-headed every morning. His wife suggested, "Why don't you try walking around the yard once each morning before breakfast?" At first, he didn't think it was necessary. But after just 1 week, he said, "My body feels lighter. I don't feel dizzy every time I get out of bed anymore." So what actually happens inside your body when you take a walk right after waking up? Your blood circulation kicks in. More oxygen reaches your brain. Your blood pressure begins to settle instead of spiking. Your joints and muscles warm up slightly, easing stiffness and soreness. And most importantly, your brain wakes up without a shock to the system. Morning walking isn't the same as an afternoon workout. You don't need to sweat. You don't need to count steps or set a timer. Just move your body through space, steady and slow. You can walk around your living room, down the hallway, or if you're able, step outside onto the porch and breathe in some fresh air. Did you know? Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that just 12 minutes of light movement after waking can improve blood vessel flexibility and reduce stroke risk in people over 60. Another study from Japan found that people who walk in the morning at least 5 times a week have a 30% lower stroke rate than those who stay still after waking. And that's not even counting the mental benefits. When you begin your day with a few steps instead of turning on the TV or reaching for your phone, you give your mind the space it needs to wake up with your body. You also reduce what many call brain fog, something that's common among older adults after a poor night's sleep, especially if you're working to manage blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar. Just a few minutes of walking after sleep may help your body process glucose better and improve insulin sensitivity. You don't have to walk fast. You don't have to wear workout clothes. You just need to let your body move gently, right after you open your eyes. 5. Stretch your neck and shoulders. Wake up, blood flow to your brain each morning. While you sleep, your body isn't completely still, but it stays in one position for a long time. Especially your neck and shoulders, the two areas most likely to become stiff after a full night of rest. And when you wake up with a heavy neck, sore shoulders, or a bit of tension in your upper back, that's not just aging. It's your brain's circulatory system quietly sending a message. After age 60, blood flow to the brain can be disrupted by something as simple as morning stiffness. One of the biggest culprits is skipping neck and shoulder stretches after waking up. It might seem harmless, but your neck holds the vertebral arteries. These arteries send blood straight from your heart to the back of your brain. If your neck is tight or your shoulders are tense, those arteries may get slightly compressed without you realizing it. Over time, this can reduce blood flow to the brain and increase your risk for ischemic strokes in the brainstem or cerebellum. Susan Miller, age 71, from Colorado, used to think her early morning dizziness was due to low blood pressure. But after being shown a few simple neck stretches to do each morning, the dizziness gradually disappeared. She said, "I never imagined that just a few head circles could make me feel so clear-headed." So what should you do? No equipment needed. No yoga mat. No personal trainer. Just a few minutes on your bed or by the window. Here's a simple neck and shoulder stretch routine you can try tomorrow morning. Sit upright with relaxed shoulders. Gently roll your head in a circle slowly clockwise, 3 times. Then reverse counterclockwise, 3 more times. Shrug your shoulders up, hold for 2 seconds, then release. Repeat this 5 times. Roll your shoulders backward 5 times. Then roll them forward 5 times. Every movement should be gentle. No jerking. No forcing. No excessive tilting. The goal isn't to stretch hard, it's to gently wake up the muscles. To help blood move more freely, especially through those small vessels deep in your neck. You'll be surprised that just a few minutes of slow motion can reduce head heaviness and lightheadedness, increase oxygen flow to your brain's outer layers, improve neck flexibility, and lower the risk of cervical spine degeneration, support memory, focus, and overall balance. Stretching your neck and shoulders in the morning is like opening a gateway for fresh blood to feed your brain. It costs nothing. It takes no real effort. It just needs consistency. And if you combine it with deep breathing like we talked about earlier, you're giving yourself a truly ideal start. A day that begins not just with mental clarity, but with full circulation reaching every cell of your brain. 6. Check your blood pressure every morning, your early warning signal for heart and brain health. If there's one small thing you can do each morning to catch risks early, lower your stroke chances, and protect your heart, it's this: checking your blood pressure. It might sound simple, and it is simple, but the impact of checking your blood pressure is anything but small, especially for anyone over the age of 60. Why in the morning? After waking up, your body naturally restarts by slightly increasing blood pressure. Hormones like cortisol become more active. Your heart rate gently speeds up. This is a completely normal reaction. But if you already have a history of high blood pressure, prediabetes, or a family risk of heart disease, that slight rise can sometimes turn into a dangerous wave. That's why many strokes and heart attacks tend to happen in the morning, usually within 2 hours of waking up. Dennis Harper, age 66, from Indiana, used to feel confident because he had no symptoms. No headaches, no dizziness. But during a routine checkup, his doctor measured his blood pressure at 160/94, even though he felt perfectly fine. From that day on, he started checking his blood pressure every morning. And he noticed there were days when his numbers were high, even though he felt nothing. That discovery completely changed how he approached his health. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a very real reason. You don't feel it. You don't see it. And without checking, you could go years not knowing it's quietly wearing down your arteries, especially the small ones that supply your brain, your eyes, your kidneys, and your heart. The best time to check your blood pressure is within 1 hour of waking up, before your coffee, before breakfast, before any physical activity. This is when your reading gives the clearest picture of your heart's baseline state. Taking an accurate reading isn't complicated. Use an upper arm monitor, they're more reliable than wrist models. Sit on a chair, back supported, feet flat on the floor. Rest quietly for a few minutes before measuring. No talking, no movement. Take 2 readings, 1 minute apart. Record the numbers in a notebook or a phone app. Many free apps are easy to use. A good quality blood pressure monitor in the US costs between $35 and $60 and can last you for years. That's cheaper than one doctor's visit and far less expensive than treating a stroke that comes without warning. You don't need to be a doctor to understand your readings. You just need to watch for patterns. If your numbers are regularly over 130/80 millimeters of mercury, it's time to tell your doctor. If your readings swing wildly each morning, it may be time to look at your diet, sleep, or current medication. Checking your blood pressure isn't just about numbers. It's about listening to your body's quiet signals. Even when everything seems fine, 1 minute each morning, one simple step, and it might be the key to living longer and living better. 7. Add potassium and magnesium to your breakfast. Nourish your blood vessels from the very first bite. After a long night of rest, your body doesn't just need water to recover. It also needs minerals to unlock the circulatory system, help blood flow more smoothly, and keep your blood pressure steady throughout the day. Among these, the 2 most important minerals to focus on in the morning are potassium and magnesium. Potassium, your silent partner in calming blood pressure. Potassium acts as a natural counterbalance to sodium in your body. When you take in too much salt, which happens easily with processed foods, your body holds on to water, raising your blood pressure. Potassium helps flush out that extra sodium through your urine, relieving pressure on your arteries, and gently calming your cardiovascular system. Magnesium, the relaxing mineral for your arteries. Magnesium helps your blood vessels stay flexible and relaxed, reduces abnormal vessel tightening, and supports a stable heart rhythm. Many studies have shown that older adults with low magnesium levels face a higher risk of stroke, especially ischemic strokes when blood flow to the brain is restricted. Richard Nolan, age 73, from New Mexico, had high blood pressure with no clear cause. His doctor suggested he recheck his breakfast choices. After replacing fried sausage and pastries with a smoothie made from banana, spinach, and a spoonful of chia seeds, plus a handful of roasted almonds, his blood pressure dropped from 142/90 to 128/78 in just 3 weeks. So how do you add potassium and magnesium to breakfast without using supplements? Here are some easy-to-find foods in nearly every U.S. grocery store. Potassium-rich foods. Banana 1 medium, about 420 milligrams potassium. Avocado 1/2 fruit, about 480 milligrams. Baked sweet potato 1 small, about 450 milligrams. Unsweetened orange juice 8 ounces, about 500 milligrams. Cooked black beans or lentils 1/2 cup, about 350–400 milligrams. Magnesium-rich foods. Pumpkin seeds 1 ounce, about 150 milligrams. Almonds 1 ounce, about 80 milligrams. Chia seeds 1 tablespoon, about 95 milligrams. Plain rolled oats 1/2 cup dry, about 60 milligrams. Walnuts 1 ounce, about 45 milligrams. You can mix and match these in many simple ways. A warm bowl of oats with chia seeds, banana slices, and a few walnuts. A smoothie with banana, spinach, orange juice, and a spoon of pumpkin seeds. A slice of whole grain toast with avocado and a handful of roasted almonds. or just a bowl of plain yogurt topped with nuts and fresh fruit. No fancy prep required. No big expense. Most of these can be made in just 5 to 10 minutes each morning. Important note: try to avoid foods that seem healthy but are high in sodium or low in nutrients, such as frozen waffles, instant noodles, boxed cereals, packaged breakfast bars. These often contain over 300 milligrams of sodium per serving, but almost no potassium or magnesium. Breakfast isn't just about feeling full. It's your chance to restore balance inside your blood vessels. Help your heart beat smoothly, your brain receive enough blood, and your body start the day in the safest, most natural way possible. 8. Take your blood pressure medication on time. A small habit with a big impact on survival. If you take blood pressure medication every day, there's one small thing that might seem minor, but it can make the biggest difference for your heart and brain. That one thing is taking your medication on time, consistently, without delay. Why is timing so important? In the early morning, blood pressure naturally begins to rise. Your body thaws out after sleep. Hormones start up again, and your heart begins to beat faster. If you delay taking your medication even by an hour, your blood pressure can climb to a dangerous level before the medicine has time to work. George Landon, age 74, from Tennessee, once forgot to take his blood pressure meds on a Sunday morning. He slept in, had coffee, and started reading the paper. Around midday, he suddenly remembered, but his head felt light, and his face felt flushed. He checked his pressure at home, 158/96. After that, he taped a reminder next to the coffee maker. Pills before coffee. Blood pressure isn't something you feel clearly each day. It doesn't cause pain. It doesn't make you feel sick. It doesn't knock you off your feet right away. That's why many people, when they feel fine, skip their morning dose. But the truth is, that feeling of wellness might only be because your medicine is doing its job. When you skip a dose, your pressure can surge silently. And by the time symptoms appear, it may already be too late. So when is the ideal time to take your blood pressure meds? Within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. Before breakfast. Before coffee or tea. At that time, your body is empty, so the medicine is absorbed quickly and works more effectively. It also calms the natural rise in morning blood pressure right when it matters most. How can you make sure you don't forget? Here are a few simple, proven tips many older adults in the US already use. Use a daily pill organizer with 7 or 14 slots, one for each morning. Place your medication near your toothbrush or coffee maker somewhere you'll see it. Set a phone reminder, a gentle chime at 7 o'clock or 7:30 a.m. Try a free app like MediSafe or MyTherapy. They send alerts and track your doses. These tricks take little time and no outside help, but they help you stay consistent, the most important part of managing high blood pressure. And please remember, never stop or change your dose without talking to your doctor. Even if your blood pressure seems stable, even if you think, I feel fine today, maybe I don't need it. Your body needs time and consistency to stay in a safe blood pressure range. Adjusting your dose on your own can throw off that balance and put you at risk for stroke or silent heart damage. One pill, one sip of water, takes less than a minute each morning, but it might be the strongest shield you have against sudden strokes, keeping your brain sharp and your heart beating steady all day long. Conclusion: the first few minutes of your day can shape your health for life. After age 60, your body doesn't respond as quickly as it used to. Small changes in blood pressure, circulation, or heart rate may not cause any sharp pain, but they quietly affect your heart, your brain, and your ability to live independently. We often think of health in terms of big things: vitamins, surgery, expensive checkups, or complicated diets. But in reality, lasting health is built from simple actions, repeated every morning. Just one glass of water, one deep breath, a short walk around the house, one spoonful of oatmeal, a shoulder roll, a push of the blood pressure monitor button, a slice of avocado on toast, and a pill taken right on time. All of those things, if done within the first 60 minutes of waking up, can become a natural shield for your heart, your brain, and your whole body. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme. but all backed by science as steps that can reduce your stroke risk by up to 50% when done regularly. And more importantly, it doesn't cost you extra. No special equipment, no one else's help, just you and the choices you make each morning. If it all feels like too much to start right away, remember this: no one changes everything overnight. Start with 1 or 2 habits that feel easiest for you. Drink water, take a few steps, stretch your neck and shoulders while still sitting on the bed, whatever feels right for now. Then slowly add the rest during the week ahead. Every morning is a fresh chance to take care of yourself. No one is too old to change. No one is ever too late to begin again. Your body still responds to the good things you give it, whether you're 60, 70, or 80. If you found the habits in this article helpful, share them with a friend, a loved one, or someone in your community. Sometimes, all it takes is a reminder, a shared story, or a sticky note on the fridge to save a life. You can even print out this list of 8 habits and stick it somewhere you'll see it: on the bathroom mirror, near the dining table, or next to your pillbox. Repetition builds routine, and a good routine is the cheapest health insurance you'll ever have paid for by your own intention. You deserve a strong body, a clear mind, and a life not weighed down by illness or worry. And it all starts with the very first minutes of your morning. With you. With tomorrow.